Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. We're going to close out the show with something educational and fun. I'm here with Michelle Brumley and we're going to talk about iFly. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Keisha.
Thanks so much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having us.
I gotta say, even though I passed the iFly here in Atlanta a gazillion times, I haven't been yet, but this is a good reason to try it because you all have a fantastic STEM program that we can, engage the entire family.
That's correct. Absolutely. Yeah, I would encourage you to stop in next time. I mean, anybody can walk in at any time and you can just kind of check it out and see what the facility looks like. You can kind of get an idea behind me. We use a vertical wind tunnel that's inside to simulate the free fall portion of a skydive. So it's literally all the fun of jumping out of the airplane without any of the inherent dangers that go along with that activity.
My anxiety just goes down hearing you say that because skydiving seems so incredibly exhilarating, but I would be terrified. But this, I think that I could do. And if I bring, the kids with me or, the cousins or whomever, they could actually learn something.
Absolutely. So that's the beauty of this is our STEM education program. We bring these concepts, this science, technology, engineering, and math, we bring them to life in a way that is extraordinary for students. They get so excited when they're with us, and it's almost like we're sneaking in the learning without them even knowing about it.
I love that. That's exactly what I would assume, that you're just sliding it in on them and they don't even realize how much knowledge they're actually getting. But many of our kids are really interested in STEM and STEAM and things like that. So is this a program for, those, students that ask a lot of questions, that students are really, really curious?
Absolutely. So our program is geared to students of all ages and all abilities. We do students as young as pre-K. I mentioned that we start flying kids as early as 3. So little preschoolers all the way up to university level students. We'll tailor the experience based upon the age and the grade level and the ability of the kids. All abilities, so students that have disabilities that might keep them from doing other activities. In most cases, we're able to accommodate them as well. Every one of our field trips is led by one of our experienced STEM educators, and we start with an interactive class where the kids get to ask a lot of questions. I like to call the beginning the silent observations, where we have them walk around and just kind of soak it in, and then, hey, what do you think? How does this work? How does this happen? And it's really great where we can get that back and forth dialogue going with the students.
That is phenomenal. So is this something that maybe, if a teacher is watching, a science teacher may be watching and she's thinking, I would love to do this with my students. If the school allowed, is that something that even a class could do?
That's the focus of our program, actually. We primarily, I would say approximately 70% of our STEM education program are school groups that are coming in. The really nice thing with our program is I like to use the 4 E's when I talk about our program, and one of those E's is educational. So our program was developed with the teaching standards in mind. So everything that we're doing aligns to the next generation science standards and the Common Core math standards. So it makes it very easy for teachers to show the relevance of what we're going to be doing and how it applies to what they're already doing in the classroom.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Well, then you've got to close me out with a website. I want everybody to know how to get to iFly, the iFly closest to them.
All right, so we have 35 locations all across the United States, plus internationally. But the best way to find us, if you go to iflyworld.com, you can click on locations, you can see where we're at. Obviously, your customer base is Atlanta. We have one right there. But if you're traveling, we'd love for you to come see us. Before I leave you, I want to make sure that everybody knows that STEM Week is coming up in November. And National STEM Day is on the 8th, but we're celebrating all week long. And this is an incredible time to pop in and come visit us because we'll have STEM activity centers with activities set up for anybody, the adults and the children, to do some hands-on activities and see our space. So we'd love for you to join us during that week.
That is perfect. Thank thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure to meet you.
And likewise, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, guys, can you tell how excited I am? Now that she's calmed my nerves and I feel like I can do it, I'm ready to go to iFly today. Take the opportunity to go to the website, find the location nearest you, and learn more. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this week's episode of Focus Atlanta. I hope to see you next Sunday here on WUPA.